What's up everyone, my name is Josh and this is Josh Unboxed, and welcome back to the Daily Grind, a video series in which I talk about particular cards, plays, strategy, news, and how it affects the overall sports card market. In other words, I'm just trying to find a way to help us navigate through the craziness that is the sports card world today, as well as to help us make much more sound purchasing and selling decisions. And today we're going to continue on with our discussion on three quarterbacks that I'm looking into for this NFL offseason. Yesterday, we talked about Lamar Jackson. Today, I kind of want to flip it a little bit and talk about Josh Allen. So with Josh Allen, I actually talked about him a couple of weeks ago in regards to whether Josh Allen was a buy, sell, or hold. I think it was right before he was going to play the Ravens, and his card started booming. At that point in time, I was thinking to myself, should we hold, buy, or sell Josh Allen if we were owners of his cards, or what were our thoughts on it? And as you can see, or as you'll see in the charts and the card ladder charts, you'll see that once he got eliminated, his card started to kind of dip. And as we're heading into the football offseason, I feel there may be an opportunity to possibly buy into some of his cards, especially since I feel that as we get closer to the season, hype may come with Josh Allen and in hopes that he may lead the Bills to the Super Bowl, as people are going to start to believe in him and want him to succeed just because they believe in him so much. And I do see an opportunity for that card to increase. How high it increases, that I don't know. That's all based off of the market and the demand of Josh Allen cards. Just like with yesterday with Lamar Jackson, we looked at his Prizm cards. We looked at the Prizm PSA 9 and the Prizm PSA 10. We're going to do the same thing with Josh Allen. Obviously, you can use this to apply it also to his Optic cards or his select cards. So we're going to look at his Prizm PSA 9 and his Prizm PSA 10. We're going to look at the card ladder, and then we're going to pull up the eBay auctions as well as last eBay sold listings. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen and we're going to take a look at it. Okay, so here's the card ladder. This is for the 2018 Josh Allen Prizm card. This is the PSA 10. We see a pop report here of 820 with a current value of 805. So when you look at the chart here, you can see this is where the peak was, right here. $999, almost $1,000 on January 19th. And then after he got eliminated, the card started dipping down and we got to a low of around 670, I would say. And then we're starting to see the card just kind of slightly rise up just a little bit. At this point here, we have a current value of 805, which is the last sold listing. And then right here, we have the peak of 1,000. So we're really close to the peak as it is already. But if you believe that this card can reach that $1,000 price point and get past it, then this may be a good buying opportunity. Just by looking at this graph alone, I would feel better trying to get it lower, like around the $700 mark. But I don't know if the card will do another dip, and this is just a little small blip on here, and then dip a little bit as we're going deeper into the off season. But we'll look at the PSA 9 as well. This is the PSA 9, current value of 265 with a pop of 786. Here you can see it here, the peak was around $300 or so. And then we did a dip down to around 230. And then there's this small blip of 265 that was last sold. So we're gonna look at more data here. We're gonna look at the eBay listings and see where it's sitting at right now. Here's the PSA 10. This is the current listings. There's one here for $157. As an auction. This is a buy it now for $750, which is lower than what card ladder has it valued at as the last sold, $805. So this might be a very good deal here to jump in on that. We have here priced at $1,100. We have a $849.99, $899.99. So you can see these ones here are a little past of what was sold before, and I'm assuming that one that sold before was like an auction. $850, $899.99. So yeah, a lot of these cards are already priced in with the higher price point, and you can tell because these listings were back in January. One that I see potential with is this one for $750, and it'll be interesting to see where this auction goes at. If we look at the sold listings, we can see here this one was bought at $899.99, but here's an auction here on February 10th that was sold at $710. So that was below even that $750 buy it now that's there. So I think this is actually pretty good value right here for this Josh Allen card if you wanted to buy into a PSA 10 Prizm card. Here's another one here for $671. That's an awesome value right there. 763, 690. So obviously I'm looking at, if you can get it around the 700, between 700 and 750 price point, even if you can get it lower than that through an auction, I think that's a great deal for this Josh Allen card. Looking at the PSA 9s, we can see some current listings here. This one is listed at $200 with a $350 buy it now. This one's currently on auction at $76, $315 on auction, $270 buy it now, $127.50 as an auction, $152.50 as an auction. We got more here, $500, $313, $299. But again, as we're going to these older ones, we're going towards January, and this is where this card had hit its peak. So we're seeing peak prices here. So you may be able to throw offers to these guys to see if they're willing to take a lower offer. But I think auctions are where it's at to try to get this card. And if you look at the sold listings, you can see auctions is definitely where it's at. This one went from $188.82. I think it's a great deal for that card. We got 205 here. This best offer of less than $299. Best offer of less than $285. This one went for $244. Best offer of $299. So obviously with this recent sale of through auction of this PSA 9 falling below sub 200, I think this is a great opportunity to kind of buy into Josh Allen Prizm PSA 9s. And with this current sale of 671, if I can find it, presents a good opportunity for the PSA 10. So as we're heading into this off season, we may have an opportunity to buy into some of these players that were hyped up going into the playoffs. Just because with Josh Allen, I think a lot of people feel confident in him to improve upon what he did this year. So yeah, just looking at the data with Josh Allen, I feel like there's some opportunity here. It really does depend if you really believe in him and you believe that he will improve from what he did last season. Even if he makes it to the AFC Championship round again, I think that will be enough to warrant people to believe in him, because I don't know if they're going to get past the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just, again, the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl for next year. So, but if Josh Allen can see that improvement and continue to show growth and be able to lead the Bills, especially if they have a strong regular season showing, then yeah, I could totally see this card increasing. And as we get closer to the season, people will remember the momentum that Josh Allen had during the playoffs and may think of buying more into his card. So it really does depend though, but I do see value here with the PSA 10 and with the PSA 9, especially if you can get it at those certain prices. So yeah, I think that's about it. Hopefully you found value in this video. If you did, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. Like I say in all my videos, I do this every day. It's fun. I love talking about this stuff. It's just trying to go through the thought process of seeing if we can come up with a decision on whether we should buy into these cards or not. Obviously, that decision is yours to make if you feel like you want to buy into these cards. I'm just trying to help present the data and also to help try to justify to myself of whether I feel like it's a good buy for myself or not. So thank you guys for watching. And with that being said, my name is Josh, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.